Welcome everyone, I am James. Today, I want to share with you my journey from the world of genomics research to the exciting field of data engineering. It's been quite a ride, filled with challenges, burnout, but ultimately, liberation. I made this video to depict what my career transition entailed and how the outcome has been. I know that if I could have watched a video similar to this one several years ago, it would have expedited my job transition process, and I'm hoping that it can do so for others. I spent 12 years in the laboratory. Although I do find science fascinating, it wasn't my passion, it wasn't even my main career choice. I went into science to satisfy my parents who wanted that vision for me. I went to school for microbiology after taking their advice as a 17-year-old kid. I was not exactly sure what I would be interested in pursuing for a career, even if the choice was left to me, and I was unsure about how I would feel about working a microbiology job, because at the time I did not have much exposure to the field. During the course of my education, the loans piled up, and I realized I was in too deep to switch majors towards the end of my college career. At the time, I figured if I switched to another major, I would be in school even longer, and the loans will increase, so I decided to stick with my major. Upon finishing school and graduating, I entered the biotech industry. With that said, there were interesting aspects of working in the science field. My research was novel and exciting at times, but along with that came the burnout. The long hours, the constant pressure to deliver on projects, the repetitive tasks, pipetting, preparing solutions, titrating, and filtration. It started to take a toll, and I knew I needed a change. The fun excitement aspect in doing research was dwindling, and it just became work. Burnout led to stress, stress led to procrastination, and it became a vicious cycle. There was a day where I was stuck in the lab until late night. Nothing seemed to be working. It was Murphy's Law in full effect. So right then and there in the lab, I decided to pivot my career and transition towards a career in tech. It was a daunting leap, but one I knew I had to take. It had been in the back of my mind for years now, but the procrastination that I had stated earlier led to me pushing it off until working in the lab became untenable. And let me tell you, it was the best decision I ever made. One of the main things that contributed to burnout was having to be present on site every day since I worked in a lab. In 2020, I saw how the workforce was changing, and I realized that a switch to tech would give me the versatility to work remote or hybrid jobs where I could work either on-site or from home. After taking time to research options, I enrolled in a 6-month coding bootcamp program in early 2022. I was able to do the course while working full-time. It was a full-stack software developer program. Upon completing the course, I made it a habit to continue coding and improving as a developer. I had received an offer for a software developer position in early 2023, but the employer did not allow remote or hybrid work, so I declined the position. As months passed, I continued coding and received a few additional offers that I also declined. Months later, I received an offer for a data engineer position that I was highly interested in. After receiving the offer, I negotiated and received a better offer from the company that I decided to accept. In just over a year after starting my coursework, the transition was completed. After securing the job, I felt a great deal of satisfaction. I reflected on the long days in the lab and the lack of fulfillment that I experienced working in my previous roles. As I had stated earlier, it felt like a daunting task to make the change to start a new career. One of my main keys to success in this process was consistency. The course I took was online and included pre-recorded content that I could watch at whatever time I had available. I made it a point to schedule time weekday evenings after work to complete course material. Some weeks I was able to complete coursework during the week, and other weeks I would have to finish some tasks on the weekend, depending on my schedule and the workload. After finishing the coursework, I was consistent about continued development of coding projects that I could include in my online portfolio for potential employers to see. There were times that I had to stay home and put the work in, rather than going to events or meeting up with friends. But I would think about delayed gratification, making a sacrifice now that I would reap the benefits of at a later time. I was investing in myself to improve my future. Gone are the days of being confined to a lab, stuck at the bench. Now, I have the freedom to work from anywhere, which provides a slew of benefits. I do not have to order lunch if I'm at home. There's no commute, which saves time and money, and I can wake up right before work if I want to. One reason I received certain offers was that they were developer opportunities at biotech companies. Although they were biotech companies, the roles were not laboratory roles, they were developer roles. Something to keep in mind is that some skills from a previous career can translate to the next role. My knowledge of science combined with my programming skills made it so multiple employers in the biotech field were considering me for tech positions. Some skills that I developed in previous positions were relevant to this new role, including problem solving, communication, and teamwork. As a data engineer, I get to use my analytical skills to wrangle complex data sets, to build robust pipelines, to extract valuable insights. Every day presents a new challenge, a new opportunity to learn and grow. I'm also thankful that I get to use my programming skills in a real-world setting, which is allowing me to develop and grow in tech. And the best part? I no longer dread going to work. The fact that I was able to transition careers without going back to school for an additional degree was amazing. I paid for the coding bootcamp up front so I didn't have to take any loans or go into debt. The burnout and procrastination I felt while working in the lab is gone. So, if you're feeling stuck in your career, if burnout is weighing you down, don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. You never know where it might lead you. Some options for careers to transition to without a degree are web developer by utilizing coding bootcamps, IT support specialist by obtaining certifications, real estate agent by taking a pre-licensing course and passing the requisite state exam, commercial driver by obtaining a CDL, construction through apprenticeships, and personal trainer by passing a certification. There are no claims of success made in this video. Remember, you must do the research to see what is required to enter the new field. Obtaining a job is dependent on many factors, including the state of the economy at the time of application. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, put any thoughts or questions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.